Well, hello, welcome to ILoveGay today. And we are in Southeast Asia, in Laos to be exact. And we are with Anan Bouapha. And it's so great to see you here.
So great to see you, Matt.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Over the years, I've come to know you virtually because you're kind of one of those leading voices in kind of helping the LGBT movement move forward in Southeast Asia and specifically Laos. And I think it's interesting because you're so focused in the world of politics and with working with ambassadors and with the UN. And yeah, but just tell us a little bit about your work and how you got started.
Well, proud to be as Laos. That's the name of my organization. We started in 2012, so 11 years ago.
Yeah.
We started at a small event, aim to increase awareness about HIV/AIDS prevention among gay men, LGBTQI, and then we made an event become an organization.
Yeah.
So it took a long time and lots of efforts and lessons, to come to where we are today.
Well, I would just say whatever you're doing it right and it's working because every time I see anything related to whether it's Canada and Australia and different countries, and especially tied in with the UN and when they're working with Laos and trying to elevate the conversation of human rights, but you are right there in those conversations, making sure the LGBT community is well represented.
Yeah, I try to work with people from all walks of life, not just the community, but I believe that we have to talk with the government and policymakers level as well. As you mentioned, I use a lot of diplomatic interventions and strategy to get our topics involved in development agendas of my country. For example, talk with the embassies from different countries because Laos still receive a lot of foreign aid from many countries. So and I think Laos is ready to implement international framework. So I think that LGBTQI rights is a global issue, it's development issue,
Yeah, yeah.
because if you want to develop, you want to do development, but you don't talk about the visibility of all marginalized people, then you cannot move on. So I do whatever I can to make sure that the UN and international communities help my country and exchange lesson learned and best practices to ensure that there's room for everybody in the house. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's well said. And but you've been getting great accolades for that. I mean, I know you've recently won an award with the Asian Pink Awards in Singapore for as just one, but seems like you're getting good
Oh
well
wow, that's
noticed.
a long time ago, huh? Yeah, yeah. That's also the the recognition that I received from the regional level. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
great honor to get that award from our friends in Singapore.
Yeah, but even more current though. One of the things that I love that you were a part of, just I think over the last few days, was the 75th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and that had a great presence by you as well.
Yeah, I think our friends organization based in Bangkok, Thailand,
Yeah,
they do a very good job. That is called AdCom, and
okay.
they make sure that the voices of LGBTQI rights
Yeah,
is heard throughout the region. So
yeah.
um, it's great to participate in the campaign. Yeah.
And you guys, you did you produce or work with some folks to produce the story of I? Is that what it's called? It's a short documentary on a transgender woman with disabilities.
Yes, yes. In 2018 or 19, we
Okay.
produced a documentary about a transgender woman who live with disability.
Yeah.
Because being a trans is already marginalized, and when you live with disability, is even double. So we want to open the platform for her to voice out to society that being trans and living with disability is normal, and that can contribute to national development enormously, just like everyone else, because even your physical ability has some limitation, but your motivation to help country is just like everyone else. Everybody counts. Yeah.
Well, it's the end of the year. Anything exciting for us to look forward to with you in 2024?
Well, in 2024, yes, we really want to push and encourage the policymakers in Laos to speak more about LGBTQI rights as a prevalent topic. I know that if you look at our political system is quite different from others. But I think that at the end of the day, we go to the same direction everywhere. And I think that it's very clear that being LGBTQI rights, being an LGBTQI person is not any influence by anybody. It's human reality. So when you're born gay, lesbian, or trans, or LGBTQI, is not a disease, It's not just, it passed to other people, other person, like COVID. So we have to educate our siblings and fellow to know about this issue. And next year, we really want to organize the event called International Day Against Homophobia, Biphobia, and Transphobia, the ILoveGay. But we also want to do it with the government. So government leadership is what we trying to to make it happen. Make sure that they collaborate with us in a very meaningful way. That's our next step for next year.
It's amazing. I'm actually going to, I have been to Vietnam before a few years ago, and next week I'm going to Singapore and Bangkok. So I'm going to be back in your part of the world next week.
Wow, very, very close to us, especially Bangkok. Maybe one day you come visit us.
I would like that. I would like that. But mostly I'm just so glad that you were able to take some moments of your time this evening for you to just share a little bit of your story with our audience here.
It's a pleasure. Yeah. I think sharing story is a very simple way to make a change. Even people might think that, just story, but story encourage people and inspire others to act.
Yes. Well, it's great to meet you, and thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Matt.
Feels good, so good, coming back again.